If I could say anything to the Christian community, it would be maybe you're not sympathetic to the recreational illegal drug user. But as a Christian community, shouldn't we show mercy to those who are innocently caught up in addiction? In the 70s, the gateway to illegal drugs was marijuana. Today, it is prescription painkillers. There are people who would never think about taking illegal drugs who are becoming addicted through taking painkillers for issues dealing with their health. For example, there's a true story about a man who owned a heating and air company, had never taken an illegal drug before in his life. He's at work and happens to fall off of a ladder, has to go to the doctor, and the doctor prescribes him legal prescription painkillers. He becomes addicted to those painkillers, and at some point the doctor stops prescribing him his medicine, but he's nevertheless addicted. So he goes from buying his medicine from the pharmacy to the street. He goes from paying $30 per bottle to $30 per pill. And if his addiction requires him to take 3 pills a day, obviously he cannot afford to sustain his addiction for very long. So his dealer, whom he's buying it from the streets, tells him he can get more benefit from injecting 1 pill than he can from ingesting 3. And then ultimately he begins taking heroin because it's cheaper than the prescription pills. And the consequences of falling off of a ladder, he loses his business, his home, his family, and he ends up homeless on the street. Shouldn't we, as a Christian community, show this man mercy? And then there's the untold story of the damage that addiction is doing to our families. For every individual who is addicted, there are 5 family members who are affected and very often devastated by that addiction, like this father.
Hello, I'm Ed. I'd like you to look at a picture of my daughter. Isn't she beautiful? Beautiful green eyes, a great personality, loving life. She's 32 years old. Now, I'd like you to take a look at her now, at 33 years of age. That's her. Doesn't look like it, does it? She's dying, you know. Only 12 minutes until she passes. She came from a good family. She had 3 other sisters who love her. She left a mother and a father, 3 sisters, a whole bunch of nieces and nephews. She was a drug addict. She took everything: heroin, cocaine, prescription drugs, and she died from injecting herself with a dirty needle. This is how she died. I just wanted you to see this, to dwell on this picture, to think about it. The other thing I want you to know is that how it hurts our family. And one other thing, this happened right here in Henderson County, little old Hendersonville, right here, not some big city. You need to remember that. There are lots more like her right here, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop now.
Shouldn't we as a Christian community show mercy to families who have been devastated by the addiction of their loved ones? And then there are the most innocent of victims. These innocents are addicted simply by by being born.
This is Elijah. He's only 6 weeks old, but he's already had a lifetime of pain. His mother was addicted to strong painkillers, and throughout her whole pregnancy was taking the heroin substitute methadone to wean herself off.
The babies generally within 12 to 24 hours have significant symptoms of withdrawal from those narcotics, crying, vomiting. It's a very, very painful, agitating process for them. And the reality is we have to give them that narcotic back and slowly wean them off.
That is a very disturbing image to see. But what should be alarming to us is, according to a local physician, 10% of all babies born in Western North Carolina last year were born addicted. These babies are the face of a national crisis. First Contact is a ministry of mercy. It should be easy for us to show mercy and compassion to the innocents that I have mentioned. But let us remember that Christ showed us mercy even when we didn't deserve it. Shouldn't we too show mercy even to the addict who is not so innocent? We are raising up an army of recovering addicts and family members who have been affected by addiction. Please join us. Go to our website, check out our social media, or simply come by our facility and see what God is doing with First Contact.